I have had 3 town hall meetings with the National Guard folks as we've brought in to take their questions and suggestions, but also we brought in a National Guard Bureau team to implement the recommendations that were contained in that report. We also have a team that is working through about 27 applications for the new adjutant, for the permanent adjutant general.
I just would have handled it completely differently. You know, if 2 chaplains came to me and in 2010 went around their chain of command, risked their career, their military careers, I would call for an independent investigation immediately.
The issues facing the Alaska National and how to best to handle them was up for debate in one of the most contentious races in the state.
Governor Sean Parnell and challenger Bill Walker faced off on many issues at yesterday's Anchorage Chamber of Commerce Make It Monday event. And while issues of education, energy use, and the budget came up, the National Guard scandal is at the forefront of the candidates' and the voters' minds.
Late last night, Governor Sean Parnell made 3 high-level personnel changes in the Guard, including formally dismissing an officer who was previously asked to resign.
According to Guard spokeswoman Lieutenant Colonel Candace Olmstead, the 3 officers were dismissed following the Office of Complex Investigations report, which has identified 5 areas for improvement, one of them being sexual assaults. There were 37 reports of sexual assault within the Guard, and questions have arisen as to how those cases were handled. Brigadier General Catherine Jorgensen, Brigadier General Donald Winke, and also Colonel Edith Grunwald were all removed from their positions.
Now, still to come on the morning edition, how Parnell describes this period of time in the Air and Army Guard's history and what will be done in the future.
Meanwhile, Anchorage police say there are many investigations into cases involving the National Guard. The police chief says talking about them would jeopardize those investigations. But as Channel 2's Grace Jang learned, APD did share some information with the Guard, including a sexual assault report.
Federal investigators say in the past 10 years there were 37 cases of sexual assault within the Alaska National Guard. Anchorage police say they're investigating Guard-related matters but declined to provide more information. In an email to Channel 2 News, Chief Mark Muse says, quote, "There are many investigative activities related to the Guard matter underway at this moment. The APD looks forward to the time when it can explain to the public what it knows and has done with respect to the National Guard affair. We hope that time will be very soon. However, we cannot comment right now without jeopardizing current operations." We also asked the police chief about this February 2013 letter the National Guard sent to APD asking for all police reports related to the Guard. Chief Mew writes, quote, "I haven't seen that document before, but I do know we have provided Guard investigators with 1 APD sexual assault report. My understanding is they're using it to take administrative action against a Guard member. We know 1 Guard victim provided her own APD report to National Guard Command. These are the only 2 APD sexual assault reports we believe the Guard possesses." He also adds, "We did give them an inventory of other cases we have that involve the Guard in some way, but we did not provide the reports themselves." We asked Chief Mew whether sharing police investigations on sexual assaults would stop other victims from coming forward. He has not yet responded. For the morning edition, Grace Jang, Channel 2 News.
The leader of Alaska's largest school district says he's worried the National Guard scandal could be putting some of his students at risk. Anchorage Superintendent Ed Graff says military recruiters will no longer be welcomed on ASD's campuses until he feels students will be safe around them. Graff says he's disturbed after reading published media reports from leaked documents into sexual assault allegations in the National Guard. In the report, a 17-year-old JROTC student says she fled from a 30-year-old recruiter who tried to take her on a date.
We are currently reviewing our practices with all staff around student safety, including adult student boundaries, as well as reporting concerns related to students.
Graff says he wants to meet with representatives of the armed forces before allowing recruiters back on campus. He says that process could take up to a couple of